Hello, I'm DarkChaoticKitten from Tainted Draw Gaming, here with a Dark Irregular Vanguard deck profile for you. This is my main deck. It's a fairly reliable deck, though it can have its bad days just like all other decks. As with our previous list, there will be a copy of the full deck list in the description below. Okay, starting off I run 17 grade zeros. As you can see, my starting Vanguard is Greedy Hand. I prefer running him over Vermilion Gatekeeper due to his Forerunner ability, which allows him to be called straight to the rearguard circle and gives me an extra boost from the start. His Counterblast is handy if I desperately need to soul charge, however with this deck I've rarely had to use his effect, so I don't really tend to worry about that much. Trigger wise, I run 4 heals, 6 crit, 3 being Blitzritter, and 3 being Dark Knight of Nightmareland. The reason why I've got him in instead of just 4 and 2 is because Dark Knight gives me the option of gaining 3k when he's put into the soul from rearguard circle. And finally I run 6 draw, 2 Mad Hatters and 4 Hysteric Shirleys. She also has a rearguard circle effect which allows me to soul charge when she's put into the soul. I don't run any stand triggers, mainly down to personal preference, but also because I feel the extra draw power is more important for this deck. I run 15 grade 1s total. I only run 1 yellow bolt for his rest me and soul charge 1 skill, but he shows up every game pretty much without fail in some way, shape or form for some reason. I run 4 Alluring Succubus. She allows me to soul charge when she's first played as well, so those two together give me a solid grade 1 base to get started on the numbers in soul that I need for my grade 3s. I also run 3 Doreen the Thruster. She gains 3k for each card you put into the soul when she's in the rearguard circle. This works well if placed first and then used with Yellow Bolt or any of the Succubi skills, just to give that extra little bit of a punch. I also run 4 Poet of Darkness Amon. He's a solid Vanguard rearguard card, basically he just gains an extra 3k when there's 6 or more in the soul. He's brilliant when paired with a grade 2 if he's boosting. And finally I run 3 March Rabbit of Nightmareland. He's the Sentinel and he needs to be in there. Okay, for grade 2s I run 11 total. I run 4 Flirtatious Succubus, as she soul charges when called as well. I also run 3 Blue Dust, who lets me soul charge if his attack hits. He works well when he's boosted by Doreen or grade 1 Amon, as it helps hit the magic numbers for going up against those higher numbered cards. I also run 4 Demon of Aspiration Amon, who like his grade 1 gains 3k when there's 6 or more in soul. I run a total of 7 grade 3s. My main Vanguard that I tried to get on circle is No Life King Death Anchor. I only run 1 copy, but like Yellow Bolt, I tend to see him in 99.9% of the games that I play, either in hand or damage. He's stated as my main Vanguard simply because his skills only go off when he's in the Vanguard circle. The first of which being that he gains 1k for 8 or more cards in soul, and if you soul charge 1 at the beginning of your main phase, he gets an extra 2k until the end of your turn. Then his final skill is if you have 5 face up damage, you place him into your soul. When he attacks, he gains 10k and an extra crit for that turn, and then the damage is then replaced from the top deck during the end phase. So when he wants to, he's very effective in the Vanguard circle if you're hitting the high enough numbers in soul. Okay, I also run 3 Stil Vampir. He works well both on the Vanguard and the rearguard circle. When he's in the Vanguard circle, he has the same soul charge effect as No Life King, and if you Mega Blast whilst on the Vanguard or rearguard, you can choose one of your opponent's rearguards to move to the Vanguard circle for the duration of your turn. Vamp is probably my main boss monster, as he's effective in both circles, though his latter effect is used more for the final turn rather than on a regular basis, due to obvious reasons. Okay, I also run 3 Demon World Marquis Amon. He is more in there for continuity because he packs a fair punch with the whole gaining an extra K for each card that's in the soul when he's on the Vanguard circle. He also has a skill that which is Counterblast 1 and move a rearguard into your soul, which then your opponent chooses a rearguard and retires it. But I do rarely use this as it conflicts with Nightlife King and Vampire, and I see their effects as being more useful to me. Overall, the deck has had its fair share of wins and losses, but I found the combos created with some of the cards can go off either devastatingly well or sometimes not so good, but most of the time they go off really well, and it can go head to head for a fairly long time with most decks. Chances are I probably won't be making any changes to this deck until set 12 gets released, but other than that, that's it. Like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and goodbye for now.